Have you ever felt something pulling you back, a weight you couldn't name, a pressure that nobody else could see? For me, that is my anxiety, and for the universe, that is dark matter. Both are invisible, yet both shape entire worlds. Let me explain. Imagine looking up at the night sky with its millions and millions of tiny twinkling stars, somewhere less populated than Kolkata, of course. Doesn't it all seem so endless, so infinite? Well, what if I told you that everything you can see, everything that shines, just makes up about 5% of the universe? The remaining 95% is invisible, and 27% of that invisible stuff is something scientists like to call dark matter. So I'm sure I'm expected to explain what exactly this dark matter is. Honestly, I don't know, and surprisingly, scientists don't either because, well, it's invisible. So how do we know that it exists? Because of its gravity. Because it is the very thing that shapes the universe. It prevents the galaxies from spinning way too fast. It prevents space and time from quite literally unraveling. It may not shine, but it gives structure to everything that does. The more I learned about this concept, the more I realized something insane. One of the most powerful forces in the universe is one that we cannot even see. And this may sound really philosophical, but isn't that true for us too? We only show others a tiny, tiny portion of ourselves. Most of what we feel, like our anxiety, remains invisible. But it is this anxiety that determines how we move, what we think, what we do, and ultimately holds us together and shapes us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where my parallel begins. Anxiety. A word all of us here know, some of us a little too well. It's what happens when you get to know you're about to get your math marks back or realize that you've been left undelivered for 3 hours straight. We've all been there. Honestly, I felt it right before I got on stage, and I can still feel it right now. But that is just what it is. It is simply a feeling. Imagine this. Anxiety is like your own personal dark matter. It has the ability to pull down on your thoughts, your confidence, and your energy. Naturally, I tried to resist it by telling myself, listen, ignore it, it'll just go away on its own. Unsurprisingly, that did not work out because the more I resisted it, the more it pulled down on me until I realized something. Was it holding me down, or was it holding me together the same way that dark matter holds the entire universe together? Because it reminded me what I cared about, highlighted to me what was important to me. And just like dark matter, though it was invisible, it remained everywhere in my life, quietly creating structure. And this is what my talk is about, finding meaning in our dark matter, aka the unseen forces that shape us, even when we kind of wish that they didn't. Coming to the ideas of control, alter, and create, I will give my 2 cents on how I deal with anxiety using them. Control. Now, this is not the kind of control where you aren't allowed to bring coffee to school, but the most subtle kind of control, where you actually notice your anxiety and decide how to respond instead of letting it run its own show. Sounds simple enough, but how do we go about it? Let me bring up dark matter again. Though dark matter is invisible, scientists know that it exists by seeing its effects through something known as gravitational lensing. When they see in a faraway galaxy that light, which is supposed to be traveling in a straight line, bends around something weird, they know that that weird thing is dark matter. Anxiety is simply this weirdness in our minds. It bends our perceptions, makes small mistakes, huge disasters, small worries, future catastrophes. But how do we control it? Simply by noticing it. The same way that astrophysicists know that there is dark matter by seeing how light warps around it, we know that our anxiety exists by seeing where our thoughts warp around it. So the next time I panicked over something minor, like thinking I should change schools because I accidentally called sir ma'am, or even something major, like panicking in the middle of my exam because I accidentally forgot the answer to some question, or thinking that I might die because Google told me that getting a stomach upset means I have some long forgotten disease, I just remembered this is not reality. It is just my anxiety playing tricks on me. It is my mind bending the light. And therefore, by noticing these patterns, you can detect its pull and prevent it from throwing you into a huge spiral. That moment of awareness and acknowledgement, that is your control. You do not control the fear, you control your response to the fear. Now, noticing anxiety is kind of useless if you keep hating what you see, right? This is where alter comes in, altering or changing your perspective of that word. Let's travel back in time to the 20th century, where scientists noticed that their data sets were telling them that galaxies were spinning way too fast, and no law in physics could determine why their edges were not simply just flying off. Naturally, they panicked because this led to their very understanding of the universe be terrible. But soon they realized the problem was not in their data, but in their perspective. By adapting their models to the new data, they discovered dark matter, the very thing holding the universe together. I thought of anxiety the same way too. First, I thought it was this huge problem with me that ruined my sleep the night before the exam, sent me into a spiral before giving a 10-minute talk in front of the entire school, whispered worst case scenarios to me at 2 a.m. Until I realized anxiety only shows up where your passions lie. It does not bother showing up for things you don't care about. For example, if my teacher's warnings that were disguised as reminders did not trigger at least a little bit of panic, little bit of anxiety before this talk, I would have come up here with minimal preparation and made a fool out of myself in front of the entire school. So thank you for being my dark matter or my anxiety. Because I realized something, that anxiety acts as the warning signal or the response to your brain that tells it, listen, please pay attention here. This matters. So that anxiety-driven fear becomes fuel. Panic becomes purpose, and stress becomes structure. The same way that scientists rethought their data and found the very force dark matter holding the universe together, it is time we rethink our anxiety. Maybe it is not a problem. Maybe it is what holds us together. And by changing the lens, we can change the very meaning of the word. From, oh my God, I'm anxious, something is wrong with me. Oh my God, I'm anxious because this truly matters. Now, knowing anxiety is not the problem. It does not exactly stop it from creeping up and telling you, hey, you're gonna die. So then what do we do? That is where create comes in. Dark matter does not lie around being all dark and mysterious in the universe. It exerts a binding pull on atoms, ignites stars, and forms the universe as we know it. Without it, the universe would simply unravel and scatter apart. Anxiety works the same way. Left unchecked, it causes us to scatter apart, over-obsess, overthink, get panic attacks, lose our minds, and Google symptoms we really don't have. However, if we channel this anxiety in the correct way, it can become our gravity. It can help us focus and give weight to what actually matters. So, how do we create this structure? Well, we use anxiety as our motivation to create routines, create schedules, and pay attention to what we care about. There are many ways to keep it under check, like morning routines, nighttime routines, calm rituals, mindful techniques, and yes, a consistent sleep schedule. We can try techniques like the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique, where anytime we feel the panic bells go off, we feel like the world is going to collapse, take 3 deep breaths. Think about 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. You can remind yourself what is in your control and what isn't, and focus on actually calming down instead of questioning, oh my God, why am I not calm? And in this way, you give anxiety a direction. So instead of spiraling, you give it a purpose to orbit around. You do not wait for peace to magically appear. Build habits, build rhythm, build routine. We cannot erase our inner dark matter, but we can build galaxies around it. That is create. So now that we've discovered that anxiety isn't some flaw to fix or some mistake to erase, just like dark matter, it may be invisible, confusing, and oftentimes frustrating, but it does hold our world together in ways that we do not always see. So the next time you find yourself worrying about you or your loved ones, remember, control reminds you, it is not your reality, it is just your thoughts, your anxiety playing tricks on you. Alter reminds you to change your perspective because that very anxiety, it is proof of your connection, proof that something matters enough to make your heart react. And create shows you how to create structure, how to use this anxiety to actually benefit you. And so, we may never fully understand dark matter, and very honestly, we may never fully understand our anxiety either. But maybe the point was never to understand it, but to actually use it. Because at the end of the day, what defines us isn't what we can see. It is what truly matters. Thank you.